list, because I won't have to go through that. But I do want to thank my friend Thomas Massie, who has joined me. This bill will be introduced today. Ted Yoho, who could not be here, will also be one of the original co-sponsors of this legislation. Very quickly, I'm going to speak, and then Thomas, and then if there are any additional questions, we'll open them up. But my father was sworn into the United States Congress in 1966. I was fortunate enough to be here because of a special election that he won. I was in the office of a wonderful American named John McCormick, Speaker of the House in 1966. Mr. McCormick served for 42 years as Speaker of the House. When he left is when this became a reality, meaning that they gave him an opportunity to have an office to finish his service in the Senate. Well, you know, John McCormick was not obligated to special interests like our speakers today are obligated to special interests. John McCormick was not going to leave Washington and go write a book. John McCormick was not going to Florida and play golf. John McCormick, quite frankly, was a wonderful man who cared more about the people than making special interests happen. So today, Thomas Massie and Ted Yoho and I are putting this bill in because we believe that the taxpayers should not be paying for an office for a Speaker of the House, be Republican or Democrat. Very quickly about the office. They will have the office for 5 years. They would have the office space in the Longworth building with furnishings, office operations, frank mail, and staff assistants. The former Speaker of the House will have 3 administrative assistants, one with a salary of $158,000, I'm rounding this off, 2 secretaries with salaries of $133,000, and one other secretary with $116,000. And where in the world, I guess they're going to pay for his toilet tissue too. I really believe that this is out of control, where the American people are feeling that Congress is not listening to them. When the American people find out that the former Speaker of the House, and I wouldn't care if it's a Democrat, any former Speaker of the House, should not, after they leave office, be dependent on the taxpayer to pay for their ability to make a living. And that's exactly what's happened today. With that, my dear friend and good friend, Thomas Massie from Kentucky, who has joined me in this effort, will speak, and then we'll take questions. The last point on this very quick. We put the bill in today with the hopes that there will be some interest from the leadership, which is questionable. But we also put this bill with the hopes that when we get into the spring and we get into a process where maybe we can offer an amendment and put the members of the House, let them vote on whether we should pay for the 5 years for a former Speaker to have all these perks or not. So with that, Thomas will speak, and then if you would have another question or two, we'd be glad to answer.